Hi everyone, welcome back to Hilarious Pass-Around Stories. Today on episode 7, my guests will be not Suddy, not Mom or Dad. Today I'm going to have Corrine on. So Corrine, can you give me 3 fun facts about yourself?
I love animals. I believe that God is my savior, and I have 20 animals.
Okay, so today's topic is princes and princesses. So let's start the story. So let's say, once upon a time, there was a princess, a very stubborn princess named Marion. And Marion
Would go in her castle and look at all the beautiful cat pictures.
And one day, a prince stopped by disguised as a cat to win Marion's heart over. His name was Billy Bob.
Billy Bob wanted to marry the princess.
But the princess said, "You're never marrying me in a million years." So, the prince took off his mask and said, "Marion, please. Oh, please." Then he went to the ground on his knees crying because he was kind of like, he was feeling emotional because he drank a lot of energy drinks. And then he said to the princess, "Sorry, I'm emotional. I drank a lot of energy drinks." And then he said, "My brother, the frog, he turned me into a frog. And now, at midnight, I turn into a frog. Will you still marry me?" And she said, "I would never marry you in the first place." And then she told the prince what should she tell the prince? Where are you from? And he replied,
Canada.
And she asked, "Where from in Canada exactly?" He said, "Somewhere over the rainbow." And she was like,
Is that a place?
And Marion was like, Oh, and the prince was like, "Sure, it is. Totally. It's in southern Canada."
I never heard of something like that.
And so the princess kicked the prince out, literally, out of the highest window. Luckily, her pet cats caught him, and then they dropped him.
And he broke his back.
And then so the king, Marion's dad, named Norman, took the prince to the royal hospital, in which his nurse and doctor were named
Susie and Kristen.
And Kristen took one look at the prince and said, "You are very injured."
Oh my, what should I do to help?
So Susie said, "Okay, first we're gonna have to give you a gigantic shot filled with jelly in your back."
Jelly? What do I need jelly in my back for?
"I don't know. You'll find out." So they put the shot of jelly in his back. And then they said, "Next, you're going to need a shot of peanut butter in your back."
Peanut butter? What is happening?
Shot. And then they put a shot of bread in his back because they had to blend it up in his smoothie first.
What? What type of crazy story is this?
And so Susie said, "It's about time to eat you."
What?
And the king said, "Ha ha ha, you are not nice to my daughter. I will never let you marry her. Therefore, we are going to eat you."
Oh.
And then the queen came in and said, "Stop! You must not hurt him. So I shall take him to the land of the Bahamas. And so at the Bahamas, he hid out in a
Hammock.
It's okay. So he hid out. So he hid out in his hammock. And then butterflies came down and ate his hammock. And then they lifted him up. And then they dropped him in the ocean, where he could weirdly breathe.
'Cause he couldn't swim.
So he was able to breathe. So underwater, the first animal he met was
A turtle.
and the turtle's name was
Jeff.
And Jeff the turtle said, "You need help getting out here?" And he was like, "Yes, I do." And so Jeff took Prince Billy Bob, and said, "I'm going to give you 2
Options.
And that first option is you may go see,
The princess, or
you must be eaten by an octopus."
and he said, I'd rather go see the princess.
And so he went to see the princess, and then she drop-kicked him off her tower again. And then he said, "Please, oh please, give me a chance. I will give you 5 million Alanis, 6 iPhones, 12 pieces of candy, 900 animals, and a fancy bed if you let me marry you. Oh yeah, and I'll give you this beautiful ring that looks like..."
A diamond. A big diamond.
She said, "Make it 13 pieces of candy and you got a deal." And then she told her father that her and the prince were getting married. The wedding was at,
The Castle of Wonders.
and they served the most amazing food. They had Rice Krispie treats, apple juice, Gatorade, cookies,
Alani's.
Celsius,
Pumpkin pie.
and cottage
Napkin.
cheese, and mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And then the princess said, "Oh, Prince, I have some exciting news. I'm having a baby." And the prince was like, "Bum, bum, bum." And the princess said, "What's wrong with having a baby?" And the prince said,
I don't want no baby. I just want to marry you.
and she said, "Well, then I'm divorcing you right after we get married and you give me all the stuff."
And he said, heck no.
And the princess said, "I shall feed you to my cats." And so she took him to the cats. And the first cat went meow. And the second cat went meow. And the third cat went meow. And they were lazy cats. And they were super duper lazy. And they had no clue what they were doing. So they said, "Give us some corn and we'll let you go."
And he said, I don't got no corn. I'm going to have to go to the corn maze, of course.
And so they said, "Okay, just go to the corn maze. We'll cover for you." And so he went to the corn maze, and he got there, and he got halfway in and couldn't figure the way out.
And then he found a big, scary, giant scarecrow.
And the scarecrow said to him, "Do not be afraid, for there is candy along the way and water. There is no way out of this maze, and once you are in forever, unless you find the magical rock wall." The magical rock wall was,
Beautiful and hard, too.
it was made out of toilet paper and toilets. So it was kind of hard to climb up. So he didn't really know what to do. So once he got there, he used a
Axe.
and he cut little holes in little, like, not entirely holes, but little dents for foot grooves. Then he had his brother turn him into a frog. And he jumped up the wall. His brother was a great magician named
Alex.
And Alex could do remarkable things. So once he got back, he made Alex make him a love potion. And that love potion made the princess fall in love with him. And then the prince said, I shall love you and you shall have no baby. And then the baby disappeared. Just kidding. And the baby was born. And the baby was a girl. And the girl's name was
Bethany.
And Bethany wanted to... And Bethany could talk immediately because of her brother. And the prince grew to love the baby, except the baby pooped. And he said, I ain't changing no diapers. And the princess said,
Oh my, well, I'm not either.
and then the baby peed, except the pee was orange juice. And she peed the orange juice directly into
A cup.
of cereal. And the cereal tasted really bad because it also had a urine hint to it, except someone actually ate it. His name was
Bobbery Boo.
And Bobbery Boo. When he ate it, he found out that it was magical. And so he became a poop.
A poop?
Yes.
Let me get this straight. A poop?
Yes. He became a poop.
Oh my.
So he became a poop, and the nurses noticed a giant poop that was moving, so they flushed him down the toilet. And there he had sewer adventures with a cricket named
Nana.
And Nana the cricket told the poop that he was going to use the poop to mash the other poop out of the sewer. Except he wound up clogging the sewer. So Pickles came and destroyed the sewer wall because they were ninja fighting Pickles. And the ninja fighting Pickles opened the sewer wall and said, "Who caused this trouble?" And they replied,
The poop.
and the poop said, "No, it was the cricket." And the ninja fighting Pickle said, "It was both of your fault." And so the Pickles said, go to the prince and the princess and they will figure out what to do with you. So they went there and the prince and princess said, "What should we do with you?"
We should throw her back in the sewer.
And we should make the cricket. We should feed the cricket to the lizards.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So they did that, except the poop got flushed down the toilet again, so it didn't really matter. But anyway, their baby grew to have 5 million babies, and they all had 6 million babies, and then 5 quintillion babies, and more babies, all named Bethany.
The Bethany. That's right.
And they all lived happily ever after. So thank you for listening to the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
And my next episode will be out soon. Bye.
Bye.